could you say that in front of all these people?
Okay. Looks to be working.
Or does it look to be
there it is.
twerking?
Okay, we're live.
Oh god.
Oh, we're live? Oh, we're
We're Brack. All right, calm down. Got my bubble tea.
Man.
Got my bubble tea ready.
The BBT. Two of them.
Sago was on sale. Sago.
One bubble tea for every hour of
Sago
podcast.
taro, sago mango.
Sago.
All right,
Sago?
Sago.
This is BrackCast number 2. We came up with topics of inspiration versus motivation, and then we're gonna see where it goes. But I kind of wanted it to be about the inspiration motivation thing because as it is like the second week of January, lockdown is locking down harder. And yeah, it's kind of hard to like feel inspired or motivated. We'll figure out the difference between those two words to like do things. You want to be active, but you can't go outside. Obviously, no gyms. It's cold, and now they're even closing skating rinks and they're closing ski resorts. Sure, you can work out at home. Sure, whatever. Talking to like students or people who are learning online, they're not having a good time about it. It was cool at first with the whole novelty of Zoom calls when everyone was going on these even the what's that thing with the party? We had an app where we played games. House
party.
Or do you mean
that that died, didn't it? Like, do people still use that?
No.
Yeah. So yeah. Welcome again, my good friends Warren and Dan, and we've got Mike and Sharon in the background. They don't want to do their camera right now, I guess. But yeah, I'm just gonna talk, just gonna chat. Weekly BrackCast. Get together and shoot the sheesh. All right.
I mean, you said a lot in that intro about like.
Did I?
I like one thing that always kind of irks me is the definition of lockdown. I know we're gonna start diving into like literal definitions of like inspiration and motivation and stuff, but then right off the bat, when you said lockdown, I mean, Canadians see this as lockdown, but what I know as lockdown in different countries is completely a different level. Like legit popo, not letting you out of the house unless it's for groceries. Allocating only one person allowed out of the house, otherwise everyone else has to stay in the house. Like, what we think is lockdown is pretty lax compared to an Italy had to do or a Greece had to do.
Right. It's not really lockdown.
I was gonna say like the definition of lockdown in different countries probably varies. I mean, you said lockdown is becoming more of a lockdown. So was the first time actually lockdown then?
Well, the thing is that their hope is because they're making things more strict that people are going to adhere to it, or more people will at least follow the original. I mean, I still see people running outside. I don't know. Where'd he go?
Sorry, I'm still here.
Yeah, Ontario today, they announced the
stay at home, right?
The stay at home, yeah. But exercise is allowed, but there's so many contradictory rules. It's like you're only allowed to go out for essentials for groceries, but they still allow outings of people outdoor.
You can get together with five people outside, 0 people indoors.
You're supposed to stay home anyway.
Sorry, BRB.
It's a weird one.
No, I like Canada's quote unquote lockdown is I wouldn't consider it a lockdown. We still have a lot of more or less freedoms to
it's
kind
very
of
lax,
yeah. I mean, not as lax as the States, but it's still like if you're still allowed to go outside and exercise, hell yeah, why the fuck not? And just go do it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I think States is more of just like I don't know. They're just doing their own thing. People.
This is a semi mukbang, semi podcast.
This is my second
We'll leave
dinner
that
or second breakfast.
And this is what lockdown has led you to. Second breakfast at fucking midnight.
Yeah.
Ah.
Nice.
Okay, well, last year, after the novelty of the whole meetings online, we were playing games a lot. I think we did Zoom. And we played games on Zoom. And then, you know, Among Us was a great game, I think, that they introduced for 2020 because, you know, it kind of...
Hold you there. Because Among Us did come out in 2018. It just blew up because
It blew up
people
because
were
of
trying...
COVID.
Yeah.
Right.
I
Right.
think so. I think it was people were looking for games to interact with other people, and that was a very good game to do that with.
Yeah. It's simple. Didn't take a lot of learning curve and whatever. It used the same... I guess everyone's on Discord for it now. You don't use Zoom or anything anymore. But anyway... you know, you can get inspired by streamers. You could, you know, who are they? OT, offline TV.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
You see what they do, and you know, you I don't know if I'm getting lost in my definitions too. So I think
I was gonna say, pull it up.
I feel
Jimmy,
like
pull it up.
Yeah, someone pull it up.
Define inspiration and define motivation.
I feel like there is no such thing as... The only thing is self-motivation is the only thing that actually motivates. If you can't... I'll just pull it up. I'll pull it up. Definition of inspiration. And then definition of motivation. Oh, definition. And then I will switch to this camera. All right. Inspiration, the process of being mentally stimulated to do or feel something, especially to do something creative.
Okay.
And motivation.
I think so. Before you jump into motivation, I think it's good to point out that it says something along the lines of being creative, and it's a stimulation. So I think it caters to like having a feeling. I feel like that's going to be some of the bigger differences between inspiration and motivation.
Okay.
But let's see motivation.
Motivation. The reason or reasons one has for acting or behaving in a particular way. The general desire or willingness of someone to do something.
And I think one of the things with motivation, just by that definition, is it's a behavior. So it's not just like, it could be an action, but I think it caters more to the idea of the behavior to do something. So when you think of behavior, it's kind of like repeated actions, or it's kind of like, not to say habits, but it's the way they act over a certain amount of time.
Well, would you say like inspiration is just the thought process, but motivation's actually executing?
I think so. Yeah. I mean, you think of like the word motive when you get into the court of law. A person would have had some sort of motive to commit some sort of act. I think with motivation, there's just more a driving factor to act a certain way, whereas inspiration more or less instills a feeling, instills kind of just that stimulation, like it says. Just
you don't necessarily
literally
have to act on it.
Yeah. Yeah. And the fact that it says in a creative way, I think that's key, because you're never like, you could be motivated to finish a creative project, but you're inspired to be inspired. Oh, fuck. I just fucked myself. Sorry. Am I allowed to swear? I don't even know.
TOS.
It's fine.
No, so thinking of a creative project, I have the inspiration to accomplish this creative project. I have the motivation to accomplish this creative project. The inspiration would be, I have like the idea to do it, or I've been instilled with the idea to do it from seeing somebody else. And then for me to say I have the motivation to do it is I'm going to act on that. I'm going to take that inspiration as motivation, or I'm going to act on this and just get it done.
Well, look at Instagram. Inspirational quotes versus motivational quotes, they're kind of one and the same. You can get inspired by someone working out, and you're like, oh, makes me want to work out too, or get better fitness, something like that. It's not the creative part. I don't know if that's necessarily a requirement to be inspired by something. It doesn't. I don't think it needs to be creative.
I think the inspiration would just add like an emotional response. I feel that motivation is more reason and logic. They could ultimately lead to the same things being done, potentially, but I would say that inspiration would be that like emotional addition to it.
I kind of like that. Like that makes sense because like it's inspiration because it kind of like caters to an emotional way of having somebody feel a certain way, whereas motivation is more a logical reasoning, kind of like less emotional way to getting into doing something or getting someone to do something. Inspiring somebody might connect with them on an emotional level, whereas a motivational to motivate somebody will connect with them just logically in a reasonable manner. It's like, oh yeah, that makes sense. I'm gonna go do that now. Thanks.
No, so
Thanks
do
for
you
motivating.
think you can actually motivate others?
Yes. Think about gym partners. That's one of the big ones I would say as a motivator. If you're literally a gym partner with somebody, they're gonna tell you to push.
Right. Okay.
I mean, it's so within the person working out to
But
push
you've already
themselves.
made the choice to commit to the action, though. It's sort of like a support system during.
True, but I mean, if you even if you decide to go to the gym and you're there by yourself, it is a different feeling to go with another person. I feel like
A
that
push?
person would give another motivating push. It's funny when you said gym partners. I'm like, who's gym partners? Is he a motivational speaker that I need to know of?
I know that guy.
But yeah, no, I would agree with that. I would agree with that. Like the inspiration might be to, like, for example, like the first time we saw Day Day and his transformation, that was a very inspiring thing. Like, that
Inspirational
made
thing.
me want to do like to be physically fit, and I was like, holy crap, I should do something. The motivation to continue doing it was another story, but I think that first transition that I saw from Day Day was probably the biggest inspirational story that I've seen, or the first inspirational thing that
So
made me want to
you
actually
can
get
lose
fit.
motivation and still be inspired.
I think so. Because then we talk about what we were talking about last week and all the habit building and making sure that you do all the things so that you can be self-motivated, etc., etc.
The callback. Oh,
Yeah, but
bringing it back to last week. He brought it. Brah.
well done, well done. I think now being home a lot, and I'm hearing it a lot too, just like whether it be family or relationships or couples who live together or whatever, and they're just seeing a lot more of each other that they were prepared for, that they're used to. So there's a lot of alone time now. People are isolating themselves, even though if they're at home with people, you're just still isolating yourself because it's just too much FaceTime with certain people. Self-motivation is big. You can still get inspired easily on social media. You can get social inspired and whatever. There's still plenty of resources to be inspired, but there's not a lot of motivation going on because they're not next to you screaming in your ear, whatever it is you're trying to do. So self-motivation is a bigger thing. I have lost a lot of that, I'd say. Again, like it was big early last year, lost a whole bunch of it in the summer. Somehow popped back in late last year. And now, new year again, supposed to be hopeful, but it's like, nah, nothing's changed, obviously. It's only been a difference of 3 weeks. But for some reason, I don't want to do it. I don't feel like doing my exercises. I don't know, something sparks, and I just push back on the chair, and I go to the ground, and then I start my workout. So I don't know if I'm doing a lot of self-motivating, but is that I don't know. Is that habit?
Are
Am I live on Twitch?
you supposed to be?
I thought you were YouTube.
I'm supposed to be on YouTube. I'm definitely not broadcasting on Twitch.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's
Right?
just asking.
I'm not on Twitch, right?
I think she was looking for you on Twitch.
Yeah, I'm offline on Twitch. Okay.
Right.
Anyway.
She's trolling you.
Say something.
definitely-
Why don't you speak? You have a mic. You're not even muted.
You have 2 mics.
Yeah.
3
I'm
mics,
here.
actually.
I just
Wait.
want to interrupt the conversation. I'm just joking.
And no webcam.
No.
Mike, you sound like a girl. I'm just
Oh, I
kidding.
just realized, guys. The stream's probably hearing your voices double because I have you on speaker. My bad.
Oh, smooth. Echo.
So
Do you hear an echo? Oh, sorry. Be right back.
I forgot to change. I'll be right back. Good transition.
Can you just draw an R in between B and A?
I'll be a little one. Oh, you have a timer?
Oh,
You think
man.
you set us up for 1.5 hours?
That's just for my knowledge too. I
I'll
try to
be
keep
right
all my activities on a certain timer so I know how much time I'm allotting to things.
Wait, do you actually?
Yeah.
Do you have apps for that, or do you just keep it in mind?
I'll just throw on like timers on my phone, and
Mm.
it depends on what I'm doing. I don't want to get lost on like games
Is it a
or
motivator?
I was gonna say,
it could be.
yeah.
Like if I'm using it for productivity, I'll put a timer on for like 45 minutes.
Yeah, work hard for 45 and then go dick
And
around for
do-
15.
Yeah,
Mike,
exactly.
Mike said Ren was legit making an app for that. Mike said that.
Nice. I mean,
Yeah.
Mike could just say that on the stream, but
So Dan,
yeah.
you started a
You-
new regimen again with physical exercise.
Yep.
What drove that?
That one was just timing. Like we mentioned last week when we were talking about like the habit building, like in terms of fitness, my habits were really good for the majority of the year up until like July-ish, and then they just dropped, and then the bad habits started. So it was just a matter of me wanting to kick into the good habits again, and I wanted to wait till after holiday season. So sure, it timed with New Year, but it wasn't because of New Year. It's just because Christmas is done and I'm done with the holiday stuff. Just getting back on it.
Do you
So it
think
wasn't
it'll
really
be?
a
Do you think it'll be maintainable come February?
in terms of what I'm doing, for sure. We're not restricted to exercising outside, and we can do that. Those are the runs. I mean, during the quarantine, that's when me and Michaela did like 70 plus days of P90. So I know I can do it. It's just a matter
Do
of
it.
getting back into the habit. Yeah, doing it.
Just Nike that.
Yep.
More?
See, at that point, I'm kind of in the same boat. Like, I know I can, so it's just a matter of just do it. My first workout of the year felt really good because it'd been a long time since I've been that active. And then to have that kind of feeling and being reminded of what it feels like to come off of a good sweat, it was kind of addicting. It's like, oh crap, I gotta go back at this tomorrow. It's gonna feel so good. Like there is that burst of energy afterwards, as well as like later on in the day. It's like, yeah, I got something done. My body feels great. It didn't at the time, but it was worth it.
Mm-hmm.
I might have just burned, maybe just 200 calories, maybe 300 at most. But it's
It's a start.
definitely, yeah, you start somewhere. Dog, I'm like 160 again. I'm not that it's about the weight. It's
Yeah,
just
I'm
I
like-
definitely let myself go. Like typically
forget
this, yeah. I was looking back at like Google like do you use Google Photos at all?
yeah.
So this time last year, for the past 3 or 4 years, I was down at the like 140, definitely sub 150. Everything kind of just showing like everything was fairly lean already by January. This year, man, quarantine messed me up.
Yeah, because I still see like the climbing posts, obviously, and especially in the last few months where you see like last year's posts. Because I started climbing August
Yeah.
of 2019, so by this time, it's like I started to really see definition.
Mhm.
Like you
Yeah.
came, I just watched a video today of when you came and we went climbing at UTV, and I was just like, holy crap, like I was actually losing weight. And then
Yeah.
when we did quarantine, those first few months, I was like definitely at my lowest. I was sub 150. I haven't been sub 150 for like a decade. And like doing that, and I knew that because of climbing, I was actually building muscle.
Yeah.
I was like, holy crap, like what the hell did I do at the end of last year? So
Kind of the same boat in that it was hard to find that driving factor. It was hard to find that self motivation in the last few months of the year. I think for me personally, there were just a lot of other factors on top of COVID. Work was a thing for me, at least. There was all the COVID scares kind of within the family and things. So
yeah.
it was just a mishmash of feelings, and it's hard to pull myself out, especially when days are getting shorter here in Alberta. Like you notice it.
Yeah.
Yeah, when the sun goes down at like 4 o'clock and it doesn't come up to like 8:30 in the morning or 9 o'clock, it's kind of like, well, crap. It's hard to find any kind of that positive vibe just because there's no sunlight.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Lately,
And it's so easy to just like for me, I know a big part of it was just excuses, and that's it. It's easy to just give in to those things because it's easy. It's easy to not do anything, and you get
Mhm.
comfortable with that, and that's where the bad habit kicks in, and then But just like you mentioned, like because I know the good habits, I've done it before. Like we were on I was on a good run like for like a year and a half, so it's just whatever, just get back into it, and that's it.
Nike that.
yeah, I think I mentioned that too last week too. Like the whole habit, the streak is my motivator. The only motivation I have right now is the streak.
Yeah.
If it breaks, I'd be in bad shape. But what I've noticed, I think to compensate for the fact that the only thing pushing me is the streak. I'm still finding ways to like not cut corners, but like when you said it's easy to just not do anything. So I guess for me it's like, oh, it's easy to surrender to junk food and to eat and binge
Right.
eat. I'm binge eating a lot lately, and it's showing. Well, to me anyway. Yeah, I'm definitely not the lightest. I should be in good shape given the consistency of that streak, but I think diet wise I'm still doing the fasting thing too, but when the window opens, it's not responsible.
It's
Not
the quality of
responsible
food at that
eating.
point.
Yeah, the fuel isn't
Low
good
quality,
anymore.
high quantity.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You know what though? I think as long as we're making a conscious effort to at least better ourselves, I think that's good positive notes to take in just to help push a little further. It's not the same like I feel like right now the amount of push that I've been giving myself lately hasn't been the crazy amount of push I gave myself back in 2015, 2016. But little by little, I'll take every little win I can get at this point. Just
Yeah.
I know oh, I'm getting older. You can't push that hard. You can't just survive on 3 hours of sleep. I'm learning that now. My sleep cycles are 6 hours. I need to like I don't
Oh,
need
you're
it, but
feeling it, eh?
typically, yeah. I'm totally feeling it. They're I'm like, as much as I want to do 3 a day, I'm like, maybe I should tone it down, find balance, talk to you guys in the evening, save my evenings for like tutoring and this. Um, yeah, slowly learning that I can't just like drive hard, push myself to the brim, and then burn out by the end of the summer. Because you know how I told you about my cycles, September
Yeah.
hits that I think I'd have a lot more steady of health through September and October if I wouldn't drive so hard January to August.
Oh, so the pacing is like you're sprinting too hard, and
Potentially,
and
yeah.
then you kind of run out of gas.
Yeah.
I think it was a hard thing to accept when I was starting to realize that I couldn't just do whatever I wanted with my body. Like my body wasn't just allowing me to do whatever I wanted anymore. I had to maintain. You had to do things to like, yeah, maintenance. Is,
No, I have to do stuff.
is
I can't just eat this cheeseburger and stay thin.
no, Dede,
Don't
come on
make
in.
me.
You gonna come on? It's like so quiet. You can always
I
come
know.
in whenever.
He's still deciding whether or not he's allowed to be in the call.
And he's in here anyway.
He's already in
I
here.
was waiting.
Nah, yo, dude, last week I came in like the last 40 minutes. Not even.
True.
And
This-
welcome, Dede,
Hey,
repping Toronto.
welcome, Dede.
Yeah.
The Black Jays, Brack Jays.
The Brack Jays.
The Brack Jays and the FJs, they must be related.
I kind of
Thanks
like
for
this too. We're
Seattle.
we're creating some sort of log for the future. We can maybe refer back to if we wanted to.
So what are you guys talking about?
The
How we're all getting fat and unfit.
the general topic
Me,
was
me.
where we're collecting inspiration and is it enough to keep us motivated? And lately, I think we're not in sync with our swing, you know? Dan, you're kind of on your ramp
Swinging.
up, which is wicked. I actually find that inspiring that
Kinda.
you're on the ramp up.
Kinda. Slowly.
But self-motivation is critical. And there's not a lot of it lately. There's just not. Oh, but for some reason I still get on like a roll. I can get on a roll with something like my website thing that I just so happened I think 2 days ago I started working on it, and now I've just been focused on it for the last 2 days and just trying to get it ready for some new relaunch for the new year. So yeah, that's always been my thing. If something kind of sparks some sort of inspiration to me, I roll with
write
it
it.
until it just
Yeah.
exhausts it.
It's no different from the analogy of being like on a wave. You catch a wave of inspiration, you don't want to waste it. You catch a good wave, you want to ride it out. You have the motivation to just go for it. You don't want to just waste it. So that makes sense to do. Like,
Yeah.
I think everyone's kind of different in that sense. Like they'll ride a wave of inspiration, they're motivated to finish something, and they get it done.
Yeah.
That's where a lot of high quality stuff will come from. Just having that stroke of inspiration, which I think is awesome. And it comes with, not to say luck, but again, everyone's different. Some people will have that stroke of like inspiration to go start working out, and because they got that first stroke of working out, they get a taste of it, they make it a habit, then they're starting to fulfill their fitness goals.
Can I say something?
Please.
No.
Of course.
Wow. Because you guys are talking about like being inspired to do something better, and like you guys, I've gained this this year I've gained the most ever as an adult. Like I'm up to like almost 140, and I was always maintaining my weight since like university, and I was like 125. And, like,
15, that's nothing.
But like to me it's so big, like none of my clothes fit, and that's like like I guess because I'm a girl too, so like I don't know, it's very hard to start it. Like I'm always like I write it in my journal or like my planner all the time, saying like, okay, this day I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna start working out on this day, and I still didn't start. Like it's just
So what's
just
interrupting
like
that? Why?
just like taking one step. Like it's like same as when I was climbing. Like I didn't like going to the gym, but when I'm at the gym, I have fun.
Mm.
It's just
Okay.
like I have to take one step to start it, but I can't seem to do that for some reason.
Mm.
I always get like distracted by something else. I'll be like, oh, I'll watch this TV show and then I'll do it, and then I'll do something else after.
I'll watch this 2-hour program.
Yeah, and it's like the whole night. And I'm like, okay, I'll do it tomorrow, and then yeah.
So I have a suggestion for that. One of the things that helped me was designating a spot for things of fitness, designating a spot for relaxing,
Mhm.
designating a spot for work. Just like with people that have to work from home, they designate an office. I think it works the same way in that I know for me, I was using kind of the room outside of my bedroom to work out. At some point, I made it enough of a habit that I felt comfortable working out within my bedroom. So I think one way to overcome that first step is to find an environment to do that. Kind of like how people will sign up for gym memberships, like we talked about last week.
Oh,
They're at the gym, they've signed up for the membership, they can get that first wave or first stroke of starting a habit because they went to a different spot to work out. Obviously,
Yeah.
now it's weird because of quarantine and things, but I think if you kind of dedicate a spot in kind of your own space or in your house, set aside that room,
yeah.
that spot is exercise, nothing
Yeah.
else.
I actually like because I don't go to my living room anymore, so I because I'm always up here in the computer room or like in my bedroom. So
The living room's too far.
I'm in 2 locations for the whole day.
yeah,
90%
so
of my time, I'm right here.
like I even
Same.
bought a Switch game for workout. It's called Ring for Fit. And I know my
Yeah.
brother, I think Hiji got it too. And I was like, okay, so I made Mike like try it out for me. I was like, okay, show me how it works.
What did you
Mike,
play?
you do
Because
it.
at the time I was doing all my like assignments and exams, so I just wanted to see
Oh.
like or yeah. So then I made him do it once, and then I was like, okay, I'll do it. So then I placed all my Switch downstairs. I put my yoga mats, all my workout stuff downstairs, and I still didn't start it.
Wow.
Why?
Yeah.
Like what? Why?
I don't know. And I work every other day. So when
That'll
I'm
do
off,
it. Exhaustion.
That's not an excuse.
it's not an excuse, but because
Being
when
tired
I'm
is an
off
excuse.
work, like as soon as like right now, I finish work, I come home and I should be sleeping, but I have one day off tomorrow, and I just want to like fulfill by like doing nothing than
Yeah.
work.
Hmm.
And I know it sounds terrible, but
Well,
it's-
you do shift, right? 12 hours?
yeah.
Like, that's exhausting. And you kind of want, like,
Mhm.
the following day to recover. And mental recovery is a
Yeah.
thing, too. So it's hard, unless somehow you incorporate the physical exercise as part of your
Yeah.
mental recovery. It's not a
Yeah.
physical recovery. Obviously, you're going to exhaust yourself more physically, but you got to associate the physical working out with good things. With you associate it
Yeah.
with like a feeling of achievement. What isn't there like a chemical that gets released when you're working out?
Dopamine.
Endorphin.
It's
Oh.
true.
Endorphin? I thought it was dopamine.
Probably
So
both.
dopamine will come from a reward, that's right, and then endorphin is specifically generated after you've worked out or some sort of physical exertion.
So the dopamine is reward, endorphin is the
Is the
activity.
pusher, the motivation?
The activity.
It's induced by the
Yeah,
activity,
sorry, that's
actual
what I
like
meant.
exertion in your
So
body.
you have
Yeah,
to
yeah.
start it. Yeah. I'd
Yeah.
say too, Sharon, like I know you set up the space and you have like the mat there and you have your game. What I find is like you got to commit to like maybe if you have workout clothes. What I do now to motivate myself to be on stream. I'm trying to stream every day, so I'll shave even though I'm not going anywhere. I'll shave and then I'll put on outside clothes, not just pambahay, not just home
That's
stuff.
true. I think that's the thing. Remember last time we were talking about like wearing makeup, or like for me and
Yeah.
up on thing.
And you're up on that again, yeah.
Yeah, that actually does inspire or motivate.
While
What you gotta shave,
you're
F?
putting it on too, right?
Wow.
What? Why do I have to shave?
What you gotta shave over there?
Dude, every day.
I'm kidding.
I
I'm
don't
kidding.
I don't like
I'm
this
kidding.
this
Fair enough.
dirty stubble stuff that happens every day.
There's Dan.
Yeah, well, Dan can do a
I
full
don't
beard,
shave
full
at
mustache.
all.
It's so. Oh yeah, man. But oh man, are you in just Pambahay all day? I mean, you put on the
Trim
tube.
though?
No. I trim it, yeah, I trim it.
Okay.
Where Dan is like a luscious jungle, I'm like palm trees in the desert. Just like sporadic,
It's
like
not even a luscious
I'm
in
a,
comparison.
straight up
It
a
doesn't
ton.
even
I'm
go in
straight
same
up a
directions. It's
tundra.
all over the place.
Yeah, my shit's just like it's like
Yeah,
that.
it's
Like
this, yeah.
there's no like there's no flow. It's just I feel like going this way. And then other days like yeah.
And then you get like these weird ones that go up. Those are random.
I don't grow mustache hair. I grow pubic hair on my
On your
face.
face.
Like this is I haven't shaved in over a week. That's it.
Wow.
You can't even see it. It's like
Oh, I see it
I
now.
feel like my nose hair grows faster than my mustache hair.
It should probably grow the same.
It should, but I feel like I always got nose hairs to pull out before I got mustache hair here.
Okay.
I'm so sorry, Sharon.
That's okay.
Well,
Our
do you
topic.
find too
Sharon's
when you went to the gym, Sharon? Did you put on makeup too?
Sometimes. Not heavily.
Right.
Just like mascara or something.
Yeah, you could try that.
Yeah, you have options: makeup, the outfit, space at home. Another thing that usually just for me, it's just like don't even think about it. Just do it.
Yeah.
Even if it's that video game, if it's that Switch game, just
Mhm.
Turn it
Don't even
on.
think about it. Turn it
Yeah.
on. You have
Don't
it in
think
your
about
hand
it.
already.
Turn it on, and then you're like, so because I don't feel like doing it until
Yeah.
somehow I'm on the ground and my hands are on the floor.
Yeah.
I'm like, I have to now. Like I'm in the position.
I'm like that too.
So
Yeah, I think for me, trying to get started, if I know there's a lot of things that I have to prep, like the same thing. Like I hated going to the gym because I had to get my gym clothes and get my bag ready, and then I had to, get my shake and stuff, and I had to bring things. Or when we started quarantine, like I had to set it up, and I know I have to change, and I have to go over there and get the weights ready. It's just.
Oh.
I think because you know that you have to do those things, you start to psych yourself out. So I know when I first started, it was just like trying to incorporate something with a different activity. Like I had to. Oh God, don't even. I had to. I walked my friend's dog. I remember starting that because I wanted to go running, but I was just too lazy to go outside and actually do it. So I started by going on walks, like longer walks, and then I like throw in like jogs and runs with the dog, and then eventually I'd be fine on my own. Like I know you guys like let Cody out in the back.
Yeah.
Like what if you just decided, let's just take like a 15-20 minute walk, or just walk him around the block and just start there. Start with something, and then
Yeah.
just see how you feel.
I should run.
Two things come to mind when I hear that. One of the dumb sayings I've heard of is like, if you wanted to run 10K, it starts with the first step. Like you're never going to start running a 10K until you take that first step. The second thing that comes to mind is when you said you incorporated other things into your exercise or trying to get you exercising. When I first started that first transformation in 2015, I used to do planks with my Mega Minx.
Yeah.
Or I'd be in planks with my Rubik's Cube, or I'd be in like V sit-up position. I'd pick up one cube, solve it, pick up another cube, solve it, pick up another cube, solve it. Like, yeah, you have to make it fun for yourself. And if video games does it, that's a good start.
Yeah,
That's why the games, the apps, all those things, they make a difference. Like I've tried so many workout apps. Like right now I'm using a 10K runner trainer app. So, it helps when you have those things tracking you.
Yeah.
And everyone's going to have some sort of different kind of instigator or some sort of different motivator. You just have to find what works for you.
Sorry, Data, you were going to say?
No, I was just saying you should just do it. Ring Fit's fun.
You're
tried it?
2014.
You actually lose time, or track of time,
You
doing it.
played it?
Yeah, I
You
did
did-
it for like a week. and a half.
Like every
And
day.
then, yeah, and then I stopped.
Why? Why did you stop? Is it
I don't
boring?
know. No, it's just,
You just stopped.
yeah, just.
Dead by
I think-
Daylight got an upgrade. An upgrade.
No, I think it was one of the day, like I had to work pretty late, and then it
Oh,
broke.
you just stopped. Yeah.
You broke
you
the streak,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
and you're like, yeah, I don't have
Yeah,
to do it tomorrow
true.
either. Whatever.
I'll
Is
probably
CJ
start
doing
again
it?
this weekend. She used to have a bet with her friend.
Oh
They would
yeah.
have
She
to send
wanted
a
to bet with
screenshot.
me too.
They would have to send a screenshot of their like that day's results or
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
And if you don't, it would be $10. And I
Yeah.
think she
She
got
said
like 20.
$20 for me.
So you could pay for hers.
But then you're like, no, I don't want to do it.
Yeah.
True.
Day, your 2014 was inspiration for a lot.
All of us.
All of us. Still is.
Yeah.
Still is.
What was the bet? Was it a bet?
It wasn't a bet. He just did it.
No,
He just
he just-
did it.
Oh,
He just did it.
We were going to Dominican, and he was like,
yeah.
"I'll eat lettuce for a week,
Yeah.
A month.
2 weeks, lettuce."
Lettuce,
Lettuce
boiled
diet.
chicken.
Tuna.
And he got
Oh, God,
and he
that's
got
so true.
shredded, and he was pushing hard weight too. He was.
Yeah.
I remember that too.
I hate
Yeah,
it.
dude, like I remember when you sent that photo, I was just like, what am I doing with my life?
It's like,
Oh my God. Who is this guy? Yeah.
I feel like
That's always
we
what
could
I
all
think
do it
back to.
again.
I was
We
like,
could all
oh,
do it
crap.
again, guys.
I don't know.
We've yet
I
to
don't know if I
all
could do
be
that
in
again.
one vacation at the same time.
Yep.
Real- Oh yeah. You're right.
We have to do it at least once. All
So,
of
like,
us.
20,
all
25?
of Brack. Yeah. I'm down for 2025. Hold on.
Some of us might have
38.
like 1-year-olds and
I'll be
2-year-olds.
39.
We're gonna be vacationing to Disneyland in Japan or whatever
Oh man, it was supposed to be this year.
it was.
Cause
It
no,
was
cause
supposed to be
like
this year.
I didn't want to celebrate 40. I'd do 39. But I have no choice.
Oh,
Are you
might,
turning 40
Really?
might
this
have
year?
to be
you don't want
40.
to celebrate 40?
No.
Oh,
I'm turning 39 this year. 30.
Was-
Oh, 39.
yeah, 22, right?
Yeah. Oh my god.
Age is just a number, F. Don't worry
Yes.
about it.
So
yeah. If
true.
it makes you feel any better, you still get carded. So
Not really.
Yeah, what the hell?
that.
I don't
there's
care.
that.
I don't even get carded.
Well, you have to go to the liquor store to get carded. I don't go to the liquor store anymore.
True. I
But
still
yeah.
get carded.
No, I'm okay. You know, there are things that I notice more and more every day looking at the mirror, but whatever. It's-
Okay, this conversation is very.
Everyone's like, oh.
Yeah,
Oh, we're
it's so
all aging 1 year at a
so-
time.
it's so demotivational.
I mean,
Oh.
I think one of the things, just like hearing us talk about fitness, inspiration, kind of being unhealthy and trying to get healthy again, it's gonna come down to how much you actually want it to. Like, I mean, there's Day who's done it before, and it's like, yeah, he killed it. But he's like, do we really want to? And then, you know, I'm trying not to say anything about my regimen because I think that's gonna deter me from pushing any further. Because I know last year I used to post everything like every day. I'm like, no, I'm not this year. I'm gonna keep it to myself. And then you have Dan, who's already kind of on that tip. I feel like Sharon and F are kind of like on the fence, kind of like, I get the motivation, but then I get the inspiration. Just I don't follow through with it.
I've been doing it. I just don't feel. Maybe I'm not getting the dopamine or the endorphins from it anymore.
Oh yeah,
If you
I-
post it on Instagram, I'll press like for you.
I think
that's the dopamine.
I won't. I don't like posting that stuff. I don't know. It's like I look back
One
at those.
dopamine at a time.
I look back at that time when I was posting progress, you know, and like, because I guess that was the same year, 2014. 14.
19.
I mean my
Oh,
first time. The
sorry.
first time I did it, where
Oh, okay.
I was the heaviest. I was 165, and like I dropped down, to 138 by 8 months, 10 months or something like that. And then I don't know if that was like ego or if that was like narcissism or whatever it was, to be posting all of that on Instagram. I think singlehood had something to do with it. Now I'm single again, obviously, but it's like I think I'm trying to practice things that I would also want my potential partner to also like share in, like not Sharon, to share in. Like what am I saying? Like, I don't want to be a hypocrite, and I do hope to be able to not just have the same interest of having fitness as like a motivator in a daily life routine, but also someone who's self-motivated as well, so I could be inspired that way. Because I don't know, what am
I
saying?
kind of see what you're trying to say. Like you working out and you mentioning kind of wanting a partner that also does the same. Like I can see going about these kind of actions or building that habit will attract somebody with similar habits and similar common interests.
Hopefully. Not yet, but hopefully.
I mean, okay,
It makes a difference.
yeah.
Yeah, and just the
Like-
aesthetic too. I mean, like, I want to look good, as good as I could look at this age, whatever. Like, I still want to get that if I can. So
I feel like we talk about like aesthetics and like getting like we were shredded at some point, or being thinner. Right now, despite me talking about how it sounds bad that I'm like at that 160, I actually feel really good. I think, not to say I'm in the best fitness level I've been in a long time, but the fact that I'm able to, like, knowing kind of what I ran through, just like literally ran through in the summer, not to say all of that is carried through. I'm just like, despite me being a little heavier than usual, I actually feel decent. I feel like I can conquer the world. I feel like I could run home.
oh hey, sorry, we got someone in chat, Karina Manono. Thank you. I don't know how long you've been there. I'm not used to looking at the chat, but thanks. She says,
Hey.
hi, everyone.
What's up, Karina?
That's
Hello.
just life. Sorry, what were you
Hell yeah.
saying?
No, man.
I-
I'm feeling, despite the weight numbers, despite the numbers, like I'm
Yeah.
feeling all right.
I think it's the thought that you've done it already. It's not like it's a finish line that you've never seen before. It's like, yeah, I know I've been there, so it's just a matter of doing it again.
So with Warren, he's got that extra kind of reward, you would call it, maybe, but it's functional. For you to maintain your physical fitness, it's to serve the purpose of you being able to be a good instructor or even compete as a tennis as a tennis athlete, right?
I have
Like,
additional motives.
You have
to do.
more motives to do it, to maintain it, so you'll be functional. I had that when I was playing ball. I wanted to be a better basketball player. I wanted to play better with the people, and or if I had the motivation, like I wanted to do a marathon at some point. So it's like I got to train my body to be able to do a marathon. I don't have that anymore. I don't play basketball anymore. I don't know. Maybe it's the cold. Be a better snowboarder.
it.
I don't really want to do that.
Marathon. Let's do it.
I want to do a marathon. That's
I
want to do a marathon.
when you sent that message, that's when I started to more heavily think about actually reaching towards an attainable goal like that. Like
Here
for
we
me,
go, boys.
For you, like you
What
mentioned, that
message?
day was ball, and for me it was climbing. Like I just wanted to get better, and now like I'm like, oh, now we can't climb indoors anyway, so I have to do all the things outside. But for me to be able to do it outside, it's so much.
I have
it's
all
so
these
much
basketball
harder.
shoes,
Like,
man.
I just have to build. But yeah, when Warren, the message that we were talking about today was when Warren was asking about the Iron Man,
Let's fucking
yeah.
go. Okay, not Iron Man. Here's what we'll do.
like the half Iron Man, or
try.
just
I'll just-
something like a
No.
10K.
Let's start with.
Let's do it.
You've done a 5, right? 10.
I've done a 5.
Okay, then
Yeah.
10.
As a team.
As a team.
Let's
As a
give ourselves
space team.
We'll all start at the same time in our time zones, separate cities, and then when we finish,
I was gonna say,
we'll
as
live
a
stream
team-
it on our own.
We should have like a goal.
Like total
A
out of
cumulative
like
goal. Yeah, yeah.
5 of us, we need to run 10K collectively. If somebody doesn't pick up the weight,
What?
someone else will
Has to
have
run
to
the
pick
rest.
up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did 10K once, and then I
Whoa!
couldn't move for like a day.
You couldn't move
That's
for a day.
okay. So if it's collective, then if there's 5 of us, if we all run 2, then that's the team goal.
Oh man, I don't run. Is that 10K the one that we did at the Korean thing?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I went with him and they were taking down the signs when I was finishing.
That's okay.
Hey,
As
hey, hey,
long as you did it.
did you
You
finish?
did it.
I did. I was
You
like,
did
wait,
it.
That's
wait,
it.
just pass.
Hold on though. Before that, did you
I'm
do
okay.
anything? Did you train at all? You just signed
No,
up
I
for the
didn't.
10 without.
I didn't. I
Okay.
don't
That's
why
run,
it's great.
so
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean that's tough.
I did it for like one day before. I did 5, and I was like, okay. My thinking was, if I could do 5, and then I see how I feel, it's just double that, right? So it shouldn't be that
But
bad.
a day before, you need to
Yeah.
recover from the 5
then-
too.
And then, so I did that for the day before, and then I went to 10K, and then I think as soon as it hit 5, it was so much harder. It took, I think,
Oh,
double the
God.
time from 1 to 5 or 5 to 10 than it took from 1 to 5.
So it took you an hour and a
I
half.
think one of those motivational things for me was I always wanted to do one of those zombie runs
Mm,
Oh yeah.
where you have like flags, and then if they
They
catch
chase
your
you.
flag, then you
Then
try
you
to
die.
survive the 5K run, and it's just a 5K run. But
that's not just a 5K run. That's
yeah,
like half
it's
a
like
sprint.
yeah, obstacles and sprints. But I mean, like
Yeah, Karina.
if there's
Sounds
some
like a good challenge. Are you gonna join us?
enjoyment portion to it, then
Should run with us.
That's always a big motivational factor.
I mean, I'm down if we wanted to collectively
So what's
do
the
a team
challenge?
Brack. So as a group, whoever's in, we'll average it out. So let's say there's 5 of us in on this challenge. Every week, as a team, we need to run 10 kilometers. So
Oh,
whether
it's a
it's like
weekly thing?
you do 0, no. So maybe the first week we start at 10. So if you ran or walked 0 kilometers, I'll make up for it. I'll run the other 5 or something like that. So
Yeah.
as long as together we cumulatively run or walk. If you walk, I would say it's. So if you walk 2K, you actually ran half.
A week?
more.
I mean, that's totally doable to split 10 a
It's
week.
doable.
Yeah. I'm just using that as an example. If you
It's-
want
Oh,
to,
yeah,
it's
like-
not
like a
10 per
baseline.
person. It's
no,
No, as a
in
group.
total, yeah.
That's really.
okay.
Because it's very
It's
similar to
simple.
like what they do in CrossFit.
I was gonna
Never
say,
got to,
like,
like,
if
the
it's 10 per
CrossFit gym.
person.
They'll do that stuff. Like they'll have team CrossFit goals, and then
Like quantities
it's
of
like-
something, reps.
yeah, like the quantity is like
chin-ups, this many
like
burpees,
yeah,
this many
50
squats.
chin-ups, and then if someone can't finish, all right, like I'll step in and I'll do the rest, and it makes a big difference.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because at least at that way, like you're contributing to a team, and it's not just for yourself.
Yo, you want to train for a half this year, Dan?
I'm
Is
in.
there gonna be one?
Wait,
No, you
what's,
just
how
you
long's
just
the
do
half?
your own. You just do your own.
What's
It's
the half?
21.1.
Oh god.
Let's go. Let's fucking go!
TOS.
Let's start now.
Wait, guys, I'll be right
This
back.
sudden surge of inspiration. I'll be right back. Yo, I have that too. I have that. Where's my be right back? Be right back. Right there. Okay. Well, no. I mean, I think my plan, had COVID not come, was to do a half last year and then hopefully do a full this year. But I don't think that's going to happen. So I could work for a half this year. Let's push for the half in like September. Is that enough
Hell
time
yeah.
to train for a half?
What's half? 25?
21.1.
21.
Okay, it takes about 2 to 2.5 hours if you're in decent shape.
That means the day before I just gotta do 10.
No, No,
and then
you
I
don't
just
want to
had
do that.
double it.
Trust me. Not the day before. It took, if you don't train, it'll take you like 4 days to recover from that. Like you won't be able to walk upstairs and stuff. Like it hurts.
That means I have to finish doing this 10K app by like May.
Cake.
Oh no, that'll be done. Yeah,
That's
Cake.
totally
I'm
doable.
on week 4.
How long does it usually take to do 10? Like an hour?
About an hour.
An hour. Yeah.
Right.
If you're Jackie Lowe, about 30, 40, 44
God,
minutes.
That's gross.
It's
What? I can
see
ridiculous.
that.
Jackie
I can see
is a
that.
sick,
She's crazy.
sick runner. I don't know how she does it.
I was
Just-
getting down to about 45 to 50 minutes on a treadmill 10.
That's sick.
But that's treadmill. That's not dealing with the elements. That's soft landing. It's not asphalt. Like it's
Does that
Mm.
make a big
controlled
difference?
conditions. Oh yeah,
Also,
yeah.
like
Oh, really?
elevation and things like that, and
I didn't know.
Wind.
True.
Mhm.
Wind.
Wind.
Yeah, changes in elevation hurt too, the knees and stuff.
Yeah.
Too.
But yeah, no, I can definitely see that. No, hell yeah, let's do a half.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've
And
done
join me
2
for
in
the
my life,
backyard
and my
culture.
goal is to break 2 hours, and I have not done it yet. My first time, I was on pace for 2 hours, and then at 16, I started cramping up everywhere.
So were you into it like hard with like gels and shit and like salt tabs?
I mean, they gave gels in the race,
Mm.
water stations every 5, but I only did it every 10. I should have done it every 5.
Yeah.
The gel,
Gels,
the gel
salt
in the
tabs.
middle was kind of weird, but like I had never done it before. I was just like, but it does help. Yeah, because I definitely, yeah, with the lactic acid buildup and stuff, it just
Yeah,
hurt.
yeah.
It was my foot first, and then I started you favor it, so then the other foot went,
Mm.
and then
You overcompensate.
they overcompensated,
Yeah.
and then my quads went, and then once my calves went, I had to walk. I couldn't do it anymore. So
Let's go.
my first year, I think I got like 220 something, and my second time doing it was like 211, 210. So I got to shave off 11 minutes. That's a lot. We'll see. I have to be fit for sure.
Cake. Are we in? Should we
See
start this
Moscow.
cumulative like mileage for us? Team
Yeah, let's
Brack?
start next week.
You mean
Team
this week?
Brackometer.
So 10K a week.
So what should we
Well, it depends how many people
what are
are
we
in.
gonna use to like track?
I use
Not
Excel.
sure.
Oh no!
Google Sheets? Do you use
Adidas.
Strava?
Adidas running. Adidas running.
Okay, hold
There's
on.
an
hold on.
Adidas running app.
I use
Do I have to
Strava.
carry
It used
my
to it used to
phone?
be called Runtastic, but now it's run by Adidas.
Strava is the next big thing. A lot of runners have been using
I've
Strava
been using Strava, yeah.
Okay.
because you get to see other people's routes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
And I'm pretty sure in Strava you can make teams as well.
Yeah, that's what I'm checking. Because if you can do that,
Do you have to carry your phone while running though?
yes.
Don't you have a smartwatch? Don't you work for Samsung?
You can do that too. If you
Yeah.
have a smartwatch, you can just connect it.
I just hold my phone.
That's the
I don't
thing.
really
I
put it in your
connect,
pocket.
I connect the
It's
Whoop
in your
strap,
pocket.
but the Whoop strap doesn't track
CMOS for the joint
mileage,
pain.
so.
Thanks, Karina. Yeah, I'll do 1K tomorrow. No, I'll do 3K tomorrow. We'll see.
Well, depend. Like I'd say it depends who's in. I think as a good starting point, 2K a week, 3K a week per person.
Yeah.
So as a team, we hit 15. If there's 5 of us,
Are there?
depending who's in.
Who's here? Who's in it?
Sharon, are you in?
What? I wasn't listening.
Yeah,
It's a no.
she's in.
She's been voluntold.
You have to
You
run.
can join
Sharon.
our
I don't
running.
know how to run. I really
What do
don't
you-
know.
That's okay. You just jog or you try.
If it's a walk,
I
That
can't
counts.
walk.
yeah. If it's a walk, track the distance, and then whatever it is, divide it in 2, and that's your contribution for the week.
Okay.
I like it.
Did you in?
Are you even allowed out? It requires
I
going
thought
outside.
exercise is part of what's allowed, right?
For us, it is. I don't know the rules of.
Seattle's different.
Do you guys have curfew?
No, we don't have curfew. We should though. Even today, I saw like 3 people without masks.
Or what Day could do is for every flight of stairs, multiply by 2.
I live on the first floor.
How many floors you got?
5.
Oh man,
Oh,
yeah,
let's go to the
literally.
top. Fun.
But-
That's true.
Majority of my
I don't-
days, I just walk 15 steps. That's in the morning.
Yeah,
I
like
get
same.
here, and then maybe to go to the washroom is like a few
Yep.
times a day. And then-
Grab some food.
Travel to the gym is 15 steps. Oh my god, I'm never gonna hit 3
Hey,
kilometers.
yeah, I still do my other stuff.
Hell yeah.
That's good.
I'll add
Okay, well-
the run to it. I'll add the run. To it.
I'm in.
I'm in.
I'm
There's
Let's
2.
do it.
There's 3.
Okay.
Sharon's walking. We'll
Yay,
we'll pick an
Sharon.
app. We'll pick an app and then we just have to stick it. Dan, can you team up in Strava?
I'm checking.
Yes. Okay. I guess I'm installing Strava then. No more Adidas run tasks.
Well, can Adidas do Teams?
I just want something that I don't have to carry my phone.
Oh, you need a smart
you have a smartwatch,
smart
right?
tool.
Or I'm pretty sure, I think in Strava you can just hard code in the distance that you ran, even if you didn't carry your phone. So as long as
Oh,
you
okay.
track your route, I'm pretty sure you can.
Cause I just said it, so it just sends my Whoop stuff directly to it. But I never seen.
Calls?
see.
What am I downloading?
Strava
Nothing yet.
or Adidas
Oh.
running.
Well, can Adidas do Teams?
I'm checking now.
Edit. I mean, you can put it in a caption and then just write it in. But
Yeah, you can just hard code in a distance. Yeah.
creating a club.
What the heck? Is it
Ow.
Facebook?
Okay, hold on. I'll just make a club on Strava and see if it'll like track total distance. Best.
Oh, great.
Should be doing this now. The next 5 minutes is just us.
I was trying to figure out an app. No, we'll figure something out.
we can,
um,
yeah, we'll find it. We'll find it.
Worst case scenario, we just set up a Google form where it's like
Yeah.
Name
You just log it
and
How
in.
many
then
things,
distance.
and then
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah,
I'm
I
cool
like
with
it.
that. I don't wanna install another app.
Okay, then yeah, let's just do up a Google form and then name and distance, and then the sheet just tracks it for us.
Alright. And by
you
no
already on it,
means,
Dan, or no?
you know, you
I
can
got it.
you can
I got it.
push more than when you can. I need to run again for sure.
I say if we end up pushing more, that just means we up our goal next week accordingly.
Right.
Because right now, because I'm going like 3 times a week, averaging like 4K. So
Every run?
Each time?
yeah, it's like 3 to
Nice.
4 because there are like walks in between too. So even if it's 3,
No, but the walks you're counting it too, yeah?
yeah,
The distance?
I guess.
Yeah.
I think that'll be up to the individual. So if you want to count your walks, count your walks. For me, I
It's
know it's going to be
distance.
runs. I'm not
I'm
going to
not
count
gonna
any.
walk, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't
Stop.
Stop.
That's like a walk before and after for like 5 minutes. So that probably is like, I don't know,
like a
400 meters total or something like that.
And then hopefully the intent of this is one of the, I guess, one of the metrics we want to be able to look at would be kind of the percentage growth of how much distance we're covering over time. Like, are we getting more comfortable with running longer distances in the week?
Well, one thing
whether
I'm not
it's-
used to is running in this cold. I don't actually know.
It
that's
took
gonna
me
be.
a while. I'm still trying to get used to it, but it's just the breathing. Trying to
Are
get used to
you
the
are you
breathing.
dressed pretty light? Because
Dressed
you
to
know
sweat.
you're gonna get hot.
Yeah, I mean, I use like an Under Armour cold gear, and then just a regular sweater, and then a vest.
And
That's it.
you don't feel too hot at some point? You're fine?
I don't feel too hot. I know like 75% of the way in is when I'll start to feel like a lot warmer,
Yeah.
because that's when I'll start to slow down and cool down, except for like the sprint at the end. But
Right.
yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Team
Yeah.
things.
Gloves. Oh my God, gloves.
Team things.
Yeah. We're
Gloves make a difference.
gym partners, run partners, motivating
Team
each other. Okay, another thing. That's good.
Team things. I like it. Let's do it. See, this is one aspect of life I was kind of missing out on in the last few years. Team
What?
things.
Team things?
Oh,
It does make a difference.
Yeah.
It does.
there's no I in team. It's in win.
Yeah.
Thanks, Dede.
I think even though like I played
Go
ball
ahead and
every
win by
week-
yourself, you bitch.
Yeah.
Sorry, F.
No, and like even those ball runs too, no one really had an objective to get really good. They were just comfortable. They're all older. Most of them are older. That's probably why. But like, for some reason, I
What-
still wanted to
What ball?
basketball.
Basket.
Oh,
Like, I miss it a lot. But
Basketball. Basketball.
welcome.
Like the Raptors?
In other news,
I don't know where I was going for. I don't know what I was doing.
I still remember.
Called Yamaha.
I was watching Raptors,
try it.
or like it was like Raptors against somebody when we were trying to get internet for the first time, and I was like, "Oh, Raptors are playing," and then she was like, "Who's Raptors?" I'm like, "The Toronto Raptors, Canadian basketball team." Toronto has a basketball team, and then,
Oh, God.
oh,
Oh, no.
It's our only one.
Was this last
Oh.
year?
Huh?
Was this
no,
last
it was
year?
like back in 2017.
17.
It was a while ago.
When did we win? 19?
And then I hit back. I was like, I know
19.
Seattle doesn't.
They did.
They
They
did.
did, I know, but
They
it was
did.
gone by then.
They were.
Where are the
really good.
Supersonics? Where did they go now?
They turned into something, didn't they?
Yeah.
Okay,
it's-
see.
Okay,
That's
Oh,
right.
Yes.
Thunder.
Okay. I see.
I see.
See.
Uh,
I knew that was coming too.
Sharon,
do you
just sounded
wanna-
like Mike for a second.
Did you guys
I'm
want
Sharon.
to? Did you guys want to put in like the walk, like a formula for if it's a walk, then it'll be like half.
Do it. Who cares?
I'll just
We
throw
trust
it
you.
in.
Nah.
I'll throw it
You're formatting it.
Just run.
in. I got it. I got it.
Just run.
Like I'm cool with just distance. Like
Just straight distance?
yeah, just straight distances.
Just straight
Just straight
distance.
distance.
All
Yeah,
right,
yeah, just straight distance.
Make it simple.
No calcs, straight distance. 20 off the hop. Let's go.
20.
If 12,
All right.
if 12 of it is already Dan,
In a week? Yeah,
In a week, yeah,
that's simple.
we can do it.
When are we
I
starting?
feel like I'm gonna. I think we check in every Sunday.
I mean, we can
Or
check
how
in
about check in?
every podcast.
Check in, yeah, every Thursday night.
Every
That's-
bracket.
So
that's
Friday
better,
to
yeah.
Thursday. Friday to Thursday. I like it.
All right.
That's
Yeah.
good.
Okay then.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
See.
see. Nice.
Thinking about it's making me tired. I feel old.
Starts with the first step, Holmes.
I will say squats are great.
Yeah, I agree.
I should
Are
have
you,
done
are you
that.
body weight or do you have like
Just-
anything to hold?
Just body weight. I
One
started
Punch Man
using some
that.
resistance bands and I was like, this is annoying. So then I just back to body weight. But yeah, it's a good exercise. It's very
There you go. How's that for motivation, F?
what?
How's this for motivation? Is this working?
Oh,
I guess we'll find
is
out
that
after
for
your
me?
first run.
well, I feel like I've been doing pretty good in the self motivation for like the creative aspect or like the keeping myself busy aspect, not just swiping apps and watching movies and like sleeping. I'm not sleeping a lot, and I guess that's good. It means I'm doing things. But I need to make money. That's what I need to do. I need income.
Sweet. Yeah, team things. I like that. Because yeah, that's another driving factor now for me. Like it's another reason to go run.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I can't run. Like literally, we had an ice storm yesterday. Snow was blowing sideways. It was so messed up. Now all the like sidewalks are like sleek sheets of ice. All the roadways are sleek, just ice. Like it's
So yeah, what
literally
happens
dicey.
if we have to
We
do
had
that?
we had freezing rain a couple days ago. I definitely did not run.
Yeah.
I walked out and I was like,
Good. Yeah.
Okay.
I'll be resorting to treadmill running because I can.
We should at some
I'll
point
just do
this year
circles.
implement a weight loss goal too. Team weight loss goal.
Hold on. Calm down.
One
I
thing
said
at a
later this
time.
year. I said later this year.
Calm down.
let's start with
Let's
this.
see if this
is the
running
form.
thing works first.
I'm trying to
Oh, it's gonna.
negative weight loss.
It's gonna.
Go bulk 190. Hey guys,
We lose.
I'm alright.
And then you're
We
like,
lose
okay, yeah,
because
we can do
Warren
this
just
weight loss thing
popped
now.
Oh man.
No, I think for the most part, like this is a solid group where people are like, I'm gonna do it, and they do it.
Yeah. You just need to start. I think the whole weight loss thing just comes part and parcel with starting something like this.
Mhm.
Again, going back to the whole don't think about it, just do it. I think this is a good way to just do it.
Yeah, I'm gonna stop
true.
buying fast food now.
Hey, let's go!
I think I've had my mukbang fill.
Hey, let's go!
Did you actually stream? Well,
Hell yeah,
Yeah.
he did.
2 of them.
oh nice.
And I
Speaking of mukbang, this
in
is
just
back
2
'cause
days
tomorrow's
I can
Friday.
see what it did to me. So
You just eat in front of the camera?
I was eating and talking with whoever was there. I was still doing my Duolingo too.
Oh, okay.
Speaking of inspiration, I have downloaded
Outspiration.
Duolingo and I started because of
A what?
that, Jay.
What did you start?
Duolingo. Watashi
started
wa
Japanese.
Daniel-san.
Oh, sick!
Oh,
Yo, add me as a friend. Oh, dude,
oh,
I
yeah,
did.
was doing
I did the
that.
first
I have
lesson. I was
to-
like, "Oh, this is hard." Eek, or whatever it was like.
She.
Gee,
Hearing it is fine, but then when you have to write it, I'm just like,
yeah.
oh
I
my
was like, "You're
God.
teaching me characters already?" Like I thought it was just gonna be, phonetic. I thought it was just gonna be phonetic.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah. it's weird.
Let's see, week.
God
and
damn it.
then-
So, just
Gotta
to,
start rushing again.
as a tangent off Duolingo, so you work your way up leagues, right? If you're top 10 in your
Yeah.
league, you promote to the next league. Diamond's the highest league, and this week I managed to get back into it, and I'm trying to get first place. So I was like trying to go hard the last couple days to get like a big lead, and this dude is chasing me, and he's on my tail, and he's pissing me off because I want to get the achievement. There's an achievement if you end up first in Diamond, and then I can like ease off. But
Let's go grind that.
he's pissing me off, man. Like,
Watch the other guy on the last day. He just like
that's what I'm trying. Well, yeah, he's chasing.
Yeah,
well,
I did see that league, and I was like, what the hell is Bronze League? Just let me do my thing.
It's not a big push in the beginning, and then you start, they start giving you achievements and stuff, and you're like,
Mhm.
Oh, so that
metrics.
dopamine.
Yeah, basically, I just need it for the gram. So
Duolingo dopamine. Duopamine.
very nice.
Mm-hmm. Da.
You heard me.
Proszę, proszę.
As I drink more bubble tea.
Dan, what's your streak at then? How many days in are you?
For what? Duolingo?
Duolingo.
Yeah.
Duolingo, I'm at 5.
Okay.
Cool.
I'm
Very
coming.
slow and steady. I'm only doing like a couple lessons a day.
That's cool. As long as it's
Coming for
every
you
day.
then. I will do the same.
Oh, what are you gonna learn?
Well, I got well into Russian.
Oh yeah,
Russian.
I
That's
did.
so
I did the
random.
first lesson of that too. I was like, oh my god, a new alphabet. Nah.
Да. Прошу прощения. Добрый день, как дела?
His
Как
name
дела?
is the machine.
Спасибо.
Nice.
Меня зовут Ворон.
Oh, my name is Warren? Is that it?
Yeah, yeah.
That's legit.
Legit.
Sounds so aggressive.
Да. Прошу прощения.
What's that?
That means I'm sorry.
Say it again.
Прошу прощения.
Proszę prosienia is I'm sorry.
Wow, sounds so cool.
It's meant to it means I'm sorry?
Yep.
Why does it say
Karina,
who the F are
Duolingo
you?
is an app
Why does it sound like that?
that helps you
Say
learn
it.
new languages.
Рад
I've
познакомиться с
been doing
тобой.
it since
Does not
February,
sound
every
like
day
an
since I came back
That
from
mean-
the
that
Dominican
means-
Republic,
Pleasure to meet you.
and I've been doing
Oh,
Spanish
wow.
for 336
I feel like I'm in
days
Verdansk.
in a row. Verdansk. Krasivaya devushka.
Verdansk.
What's that?
That
God.
Is
means
that what they say?
you're very beautiful.
Oh.
Where was it? I was with Kyle in Mexico, and we were talking to this Russian couple, and we're like, how do you say certain things? Spasibo is thank you, right?
Yep.
And then I'm like, how do you say you're
Spasibo.
pretty? Oh, it's like, oh, krasivaya
What?
devushka. It means your face is beautiful.
What's thank you?
Face.
Spasibo.
Possible. Like space. Ebo?
Yeah, space
But
Ebo.
spa-
Oh,
Spas-
Basibo. Okay.
Spasibo.
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 I heard
Like-
placebo. I was
Plasi-
Pretty much.
Pretty much. Que bien. Sí. Sí. Estudio español todos los días.
Let's go. Half marathon things in September. Let's
All
go.
right.
You've done one already, yeah?
I hate running, but if I have friends to do it with, let's go.
Yeah.
It's the only reason I'll run. If I have friends running, I'm gonna do it too. I hate running.
I liked when we were doing the Murph thing as a group. It was cool.
It was nice. Even Sharon came out to a couple of them.
Yeah. That
That
one
was
night where we
fun.
finally finished one, everyone pushed extra hard that day. It was really cool.
Oh, that was the day. That was like right before King Cardin. Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I
That
pushed
week.
real hard on that one.
We did a full
There you
one.
go.
We did a full plus your extra like ab session.
Oh yeah, we added abs. Yeah. Yeah, that was good.
Sharon, am I including Mike on this? Okay, sounds good.
Nice.
Hell yeah. Oh,
Alright.
doing it with friends is a big difference.
That it?
I guess that's it.
Yeah,
Any
man.
recap? You have any issues right now with inspiration, motivation, Day? You good?
Inspiration or motivation?
Where do you get inspired from?
Probably if I see somebody else do what I want to do, then, you know, he's a person too, or she's a person too. If they can do it, I can do it, kind of thing.
Well, what do you want to do?
I don't know.
Yeah, lately it's been like, I don't want to do anything.
Nice, David.
Yeah, it's like-
Well, that's what usually happens, but I haven't run into that kind of person in a while, so I don't know.
okay.
Cool, Day. You're a lost soul. I'm just kidding. No. I was gonna say you're a lost soul. You're not a lost soul.
Well, you've got your career motivation with what you do every day on the side.
Oh yeah, but that's like I already that's like old. Like it's an old motivation, you know, or inspiration that I'm still working on. Like I'm talking about like my how I run into like inspirations.
Like on
And it's
Instagram?
no, it's not even like I think it has to be somebody like I know in person, not somebody that I see like on social media or whatever.
Mm.
Like I don't know why.
Sure.
Maybe it's the whole like personal thing, maybe. Like it has to be like real, not in some post.
Yeah, because like if it's just a
Instagram.
random person on Instagram, it could
Yeah.
be fabricated. You don't know that it's actually them accomplishing something
Yeah,
legit.
like
It needs to
do
be
you guys
somebody.
remember? Do you guys remember Ty Lopez or whatever his name was? The guy who was like, I'm in a garage full of sports cars,
Oh,
but
that guy.
you know what I value the most? These books. And it's just like cases of books. And he's like, knowledge. And that guy disappeared after like 3 months.
Yeah.
You know, like if it's someone like that, I don't really care. But if it's somebody that I like know in person, like, and I talk to them, and then they're actually doing things that I want to do, then it's like, oh wow, like, you know, like I want to be like that guy.
Lately, I've been seeing that fitness guy a lot again in my ads for some reason. I have a salad in here and a pizza. Guess which one I'm gonna
Choose
eat for
your
dinner?
heart.
No, I was like, guess which one I'm gonna have for dinner. It's not gonna be this cow food or whatever like that. It's like, yeah, you're just saying like,
That's because Google's listening to you. That's why.
yeah, I know.
And Facebook.
They're all listening.
You hear that, Mark?
Dan, this is the longest 12 minutes of my life.
Yeah, I'm looking at. Oh, they
I'm
stopped.
just kidding, I'm kidding.
It stopped.
Oh, it's 9
Oh,
minutes
It's still
now.
going. It's still going. It's still going.
What happens if
It's-
it reaches
it just
0?
jumped 3 minutes.
I'll
Does it-
hear stuff
do we
in my
just-
ears.
Do we just disconnect it when it hits 0?
How
Yo,
do we
whoa.
how do we reach out? Okay. Okay. How do you reach out to those who don't? If you know someone or you care about someone and you could see that they're going down a hole or they're in a hole.
Intervention.
Yeah, does that work? Does that
I don't know.
motivate?
I've never
Does that
done
inspire?
it. I've never
Like,
been a part of one.
oh.
I've never had someone
Anyone
that I
witness
know
that before?
needs that. Either that or I don't care enough.
That's a,
I'm
that's
just
a
being
deep one.
honest.
I don't know,
Um,
man. Yeah, like timing is very sensitive. Delivery is also sensitive. Accessibility
Does
is
it have
very
to be?
sensitive.
Does it have to be sensitive? Can't you just
Not,
do it?
I don't know. Have you tried it?
I don't. That's why I'm asking. Like, I don't know.
I guess it's worth a shot. If if waiting around isn't working, then
Like
Giving them
it
the
would
call.
have to be, I would imagine, something that that you have to do when they kind of not expect it, you know? So it kind of hits them harder instead of if you just kind of like,
Find it
you
out.
know, take your
slowly
way,
ease
like
them in.
take your time, or like go around and like, you know, say it in like these like indirect ways, then they can kind of see it coming, maybe. I don't. I'm just
Hold on.
thinking
The question was, if you know somebody going down a
or
hole,
already in the hole.
what would you do?
Like
Like, how do you
Okay.
interact?
like you just said here, I talk about inspirations and motivations and team goals and working out of ruts, but
Yeah.
obviously we all have sort of a desire to do that. We want
Yeah.
the help. Chat just said it depends if they want the help. So
Yeah.
it's true. Likely they don't. So
I think
what would you do?
I think in that kind of situation, if you've already offered the help and said, "Hey, I think you're going down a hole," and they said, "No, I'm good," that's on them. But then I think it gets to a point where if they start kind of harming themselves physically, if it's cutting, if it's like alcoholism, if it's coke, heroin, like if it starts getting to that point of just like that's that kind of like bodily harm where they're potentially on the route to die, I think that's when intervention's needed. When you know for sure that they could potentially poison themselves to death, or they start taking medication that was never meant for them, that kind of thing, I think that's when it's warranted for an intervention. I think this whole thing of like, you've already asked the person, do you want help? I think you're going down this path. And they said, no, I'm good. I think this is where you're stuck in limbo, and you kind of hope that you are good enough in inspiring them or motivating them out of their ways that you think are not healthy for them. Because that's another side of it too. What you might think is unhealthy for them might be the norm for them, but they're not down a bad path because they've already, like, I don't know, say somebody's That's somebody's the type to go out every night to the bar, have 3 drinks, and they're okay with it. Somebody that just met them, be like, yo, that's borderline alcoholism. They're drinking on their own every night and driving home. But if they've been doing this for like 10 years and they've been all right, like, are they really harming anyone? Are they harming themselves? If they're going up to like 10 drinks a night, if they pushed it up to 20 and they're driving home like blatantly drunk and just like belligerently drunk and like harming other people, then yeah, I think that warrants for some sort of intervention. But if they're at a state where they're not harming themselves and not harming anyone else, you kind of hope to just like inspire and motivate them into something different, because if you think what they're doing is wrong, that's your opinion. You can kind of draw them
Well,
out of it.
what
But
if
if it's not working, it's on
also
them.
what if they're even acknowledging that they're making bad decisions? They know that they're making bad decisions, yet
That's
they.
the
That,
rough.
that's
That's
worse.
on them. Yeah, it's
I
on them.
know that.
What the heck? That's really bad.
If they realize that they feel like they are going down a bad path, you're at the point where it's like you can show a horse to water, but you can't teach them how to drink it.
If you know you're running towards a cliff, why aren't you stopping? You know, like if you know yourself
So,
that
if you
you are
see
running
someone
towards
you
the cliff,
care
you're gonna
about
fall off. Uh-huh.
doing that, and you
Yeah.
know you have enough of the respect of like this person, and you're like, give them the benefit of the doubt that they're gonna turn it around at some point, but then they just don't. They just continue not turning it around.
Mhm.
Yeah. So when do you decide you can't play that give them benefit of the doubt game anymore? Like, are you not caring by doing so? Are you being respectful by doing so? It's like,
Yeah, because I feel I can understand how that's a tougher situation, and that, like, thinking in my head, if I were in that situation and I were reminding that person that, hey, you're still on this weird path, you're still going down the wrong way. If you kept reminding them, then they're gonna start turning their shoulder to you. Like, they're gonna start drifting away from you, not wanting to hear your bullshit anymore.
yeah.
But
I
it's
mean,
not
I'm
bullshit.
I'm not even like I'm not. I'm just like, all right.
I think for me personally, if I knew somebody was on that kind of path, I would draw the line at whether it's bodily harm or if it's harming somebody else. If they're starting to affect someone else's life or really like start to deteriorate physically, and I know that
Well,
they're gonna
mental
come to
too.
a point where they're gonna
Falling into depression.
see.
It's
That's a
all
tough one to gauge too.
It's a
'Cause I
solo
have
thing.
no.
You're not gonna affect other
Yeah,
people,
no, it's
but
true.
I mean, if it goes to a very dark point, you will start affecting other people.
Also fair. Nope, that's quite the that's quite the situation.
Like you
Think-
there's certain point where you're like, oh, they're an adult. They it's not my responsibility. As I can only do what I can but like a friend or as a friend, and you're like, it's up to them the decisions they make in life, but you don't want to just be a bystander and like
Yeah, that's
wait
weird
for
because
something bad to happen.
if they don't know, then that's a different case. But if they know, and if they tell you that they know, that's weird.
Okay, I'm not just thinking about one particular person. There's different
In general,
scenarios,
yeah.
whatever. But in the past too, where I've had a friend who would unload a lot of their frustrations of what they're going through in life or whatever, and you're like, okay, well, you could change it by doing this and do this, but then they continue to make the same mistakes and decisions, and they keep coming back and unloading the same frustrations and complaints about how their life is crappy.
Was this person a girl?
Okay, we're not going there.
Excuse
We're
me?
we're
No,
not-
I'm
Hello?
just saying. Because
okay.
What
it's a
are you
different case.
saying?
No, it's just sometimes if it's not if it's a girl, then usually they don't want a solution. They just want someone to agree with what you're saying,
right?
right? And they get, I don't know. There's people that get upset because it's like, I don't need
I
you
don't
to give
want-
me
yeah.
solution. I just want you to listen to
To
my
listen.
problems and agree.
Oh
with-
yeah.
like that's a different case
Yeah.
if it's a girl.
No,
Is that what you mean, or is
I've
that
done that too. I've done that as well. And yes, I know what you mean. Where
not
some
how
people,
everyone's just like, oh my god, is he
There's-
going down there? But shut up. Okay, anyway. Go
no,
on.
no, some people, I know you to a certain point. If you, I'm going to suggest, but if the suggestions are not welcomed, then you stop suggesting. But then the same thing comes back, and they just complain about the same things because they're not making any changes for their life. And it's like, at what point, like I, as a friend, was trying to help you, and there's a certain point where I'm not just here to listen to you, but there's a certain mutual respect where you should listen to your friends too, who are trying to help you.
Right.
And so basically, we're not friends anymore. Like, it just got to that point where it's like, well, if we're not really communicating, if I'm just not even a sounding board, I'm just someone you should just complain to when things are crap.
That's selfish.
You can only do go to a certain extent to try to help people. It always, it comes within themselves. They have to. Oh,
They have to make
okay,
the change.
bye.
Peace. And scene.
And scene.
Next time on Team Brack. No, let's finish this off. Like, that's a tough topic. And
If you try to help them, and they
don't take
acknowledge,
it, then-
and they and like even worse, they are aware themselves that that it's an issue, and they tell you that it's an issue, but they don't want to listen to what you have to say. Then it's like,
What can you do?
okay, yeah, it's like,
Yeah.
okay.
So do you cut him
wanna
out?
keep-
You cut him off?
No, you
I
don't cut
would-
them off.
I would
but
just,
you just
be straight up with them. Like,
yeah. I would be like, stop coming to me with your problems. I don't care anymore.
I wouldn't say that.
I wouldn't say it like that.
I wouldn't say it like that.
I'd be
It's
like,
more
look, we've had the
That's
same
Day-Day's method.
conversation.
I would say that because
Yeah.
I don't want him to. No,
There
I
was
don't
a
want.
situation where my brother had to say that to somebody.
Are you
Who?
still
Who's
friends?
this? Oh,
Yes.
Shots fired.
Because
Brack,
there was
brack, brack, brack,
someone who would go around talking to everyone about the same problem all the time, and I didn't know about this until I talked to my brother about it, and I was like, I don't know what to do because she keeps coming to me and complains about the same thing over and over again, and I try to give her advice and she won't take it, but she keeps going back to the same problem and just sticking with it, and it doesn't make sense. And he's like, oh, she does like, I didn't know that before, but she did that to me, and then I realized she wasn't listening, so I just told her to stop talking to me. And I was like, oh, that's nice of you. I
word
mean,
for word. I was like, I need you to stop talking to me.
yeah, so I
want you
guess
to
she
waste any of
stopped
my time.
talking.
Was she ever
Like,
your friend?
yeah.
Was she actually close to you?
At
So
one point,
yeah. But I think that kind of also made me stop talking to her too. Like, I would talk to her about other things, but when she start to bring up the same problem, I would just give her one word. I'd be like, oh, okay. I kind of get the hint. And
I
then she
think-
stopped talking
yeah.
to me.
Yeah, so
about it.
like
I think you got it. I got it. You got it.
You go ahead.
I was gonna say the line I would use is like, if it's the same complaints and same problems time and again with the same person, I'd be like, listen, I care for you, but you've given me the same conversation several times before. I'm gonna leave you on your own. It sounds like you need to have a conversation with yourself because I don't want to hear it again.
that's
You,
pretty much what I said.
yeah, but you just said it in the less.
Hey, you're just a dick about your.
Straight up dick.
Yeah, I mean, I know.
Why do I have
okay.
to? Okay.
It's not like I look back and be like, I failed this person as
just-
a friend. I don't. I think at some point you just accept the timing wasn't there, and they need more. They needed to figure out their own journey to get to where they needed to go, and I'm not gonna be part of that solution, and that's fine. But they're not in my life anymore, so it's like,
Yeah, like
I don't feel
my
ashamed about
like-
it.
like my thought process is, if they're not gonna respect you and your opinion about the things that they're going through, that they're talking to you about, why do I have to be nice about telling them to stop bringing these problems that you're not gonna listen to anyway, right?
Because, like you said earlier, you said some people, not just girls, talk about these things to kind of vent or just want someone to listen.
Right.
Then that's what she was doing
Yes.
to a lot of people.
And I don't want to be that person anymore, so I just be like, stop talking to me.
I mean, fair. I'm not saying what you did was bad.
I'm just justifying my bluntness. That's all.
Yes.
In any case, way back to FJ's question, what would you do if I see somebody going down that path and they know about it and they've vocalized it to me? That's how I'd go about it.
Yeah, what
You've
I
said the
don't
same
get
thing
is if
several
they.
times. You need to go find yourself because right now I'm not going to help you find you.
I just don't get the part where he says they know
Or she.
that it's wrong, or she, yeah, whatever. Like,
Yeah,
if you know it's wrong,
they're like,
why not doing anything about it? Why are you just?
you know, you've not come across anyone who feels like they're stuck, like there's no hope, that this is how it's gonna be, and this is how it's gonna
I mean,
stay.
yeah, maybe if you have like, I mean, is this not to say like it's like that, but like are they like completely like disabled that they can't do anything on their own? Like, is that what the like?
So-
There's worse cases. Like, there's, I don't know.
I think a lot of it comes from probably some sort of PTSD, you know, some sort of trauma that's happened in the past that they can't let go of something. So this is like
Mhm.
something they've built as like not like like a mechanism to kind of deal with it, but it doesn't make it go away. So just a
Mhm.
coping mechanism, and then they just keep
I
perpetuating.
think in
it.
that case, the second you mention PTSD, there are specialists for that. Like,
Yeah.
I wouldn't
There
feel
are.
comfortable anymore
Yeah.
trying to help somebody
Yeah.
that is trying to cope with something so deeply scarring
But
that
they're
like
not.
I feel
they're
like
not,
no matter
But how would they? If I mean, no, I don't think it was my responsibility. It's not our responsibility. But if they, how else are they going to make that decision for themselves? Some people are lucky and they have some epiphany and they're like, wow, I really got to snap out of this and change my life. But a lot of them don't. A lot of them just stay.
I think it's like they have to realize it, that they need some kind of change or take a step.
Yeah. But many don't.
Yeah. It's
sad truth, but that is
Yeah,
kind of life.
it is,
And
yeah.
I mean, it all ties back to, hopefully that person or whoever they are, hopefully they have common interest with you and that you inspire or motivate them to do something new. And on that note, the callback brought it back to the topic. Yeah. Hit him.
You can explain it a bit more than that, Dede.
What?
To Ren's questions there. It was the initial thing that inspired the name.
Yeah, I just didn't want to go too far. Just,
Yeah, I can.
I was thinking about, anyway, that's another topic for another day. I think we did good today. That was fun.
You were thinking about that one too. I did too. I've been thinking about that too.
I've been thinking about that a lot.
Because it's gonna be
About what?
more on a public platform. I've thought about it a lot, obviously, and it's gonna be. I've explained it on the stream before too, but.
Yeah, I
I
know.
mean, we can always use the cheese one that FJ or Mike made.
But
Yeah, that's right.
the word itself still means something.
Yeah, but not everybody knows.
No, if it's ever asked, I would just say it.
If you go down this path, you'll never please everybody.
Yeah, that's why you just say
Or
the
we could
truth.
just rebrand to Team
You
Cade.
just stick to the truth.
The fuck is Cade?
Cade's his name.
Oh,
Oh,
The
that's
guy's
his
I didn't
name.
know he had a name.
I didn't know he had a name either.
Data is like what? You were the
I
What
don't
do you
know.
know about StarCraft?
He's like a minor. He's
I
not
know.
even in the
This is
game, is he? I don't know. Doesn't
In
matter.
any case, no, that was fun, guys.
Oh, Ren's watching the YouTube. Oh, I get you.
Oh, yeah, he's
I thought he
listening.
was in this call. Okay. Anyway. All right. Thank
Next-
you. You know,
Yeah.
I
So
guess
we're changing the logo.
we've now. Well, like it's cool.
Next
that
week's topic.
we've somehow built some new stuff to
Wait,
motivate
so did we
each other.
ever? Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I was just wondering, did we ever get to the solution of what to do with this friend?
Yeah.
Oh,
you
what was the
let them.
solution?
You have to let them
You just let them rot.
go. No.
What the rod? Wow.
The thing is, like, if you feel like you've used
Dang
all
it!
the
I had
resources,
it.
if you feel like you have, hey, War, if you gotta go, you can leave. Like
I
you
don't have to
stay.
go. I was just kind of
Clearly, you didn't have it because I didn't understand it.
He must have brought.
You just wasn't
Anyway,
listening.
sorry. Go on.
No, it's just like as a friend, if you feel like you've done your due diligence, and it's just not being received, you've done your part, and it's not, and you're not part of the solution. You just hope that person reaches some sort of understanding where they have to find it out for themselves, or someone else inspires them later on, and motivates them to make that change.
Yeah.
But
The callback.
Okay.
wrap it
Yeah, I
up.
think at the end of the day, like you can try and give everything that you can, but it's unless they want to accept it, hear it, nothing's gonna change. And if they don't change, but they're complaining about it, then that's literally on them, and I would be straight up with them.
You know what's really stupid about that situation? You could show them the door, but they won't fucking walk through it. They won't do it. That's the hardest part.
Man.
Here's a door. All everything's available to you. You can make the change. Nike.
You should have one that says "See you next week," Dan. I'll be right back. You'll always have to come back.
Anyways,
Yeah, it's painful. It's painful to observe, to like, because you don't want to leave. What's worse? Sorry, I'm going back to it. Is if you are their only
I was like,
resource.
Sorry, what?
If you are their only resource, like healthy resource.
Oh, like if they're your only friend?
Like if I am their only real, yeah.
Well, then there's a reason why they only have you as a friend.
Yeah, I know.
hey, do you guys see Ren's comment about a drastic event changing kind of something? What if you tell us who this is, and then we master
God,
plan
don't
a
do that.
drastic
don't do
event?
that.
That would
Don't
be
do that. Shut up,
terrible.
Warren. That's a horrible idea.
What? Were you
We
just?
we put them into an escape room that isn't really an escape room and is actually a murder house, but isn't actually a murder house, and they have to find their way out. And they'll have to jump into a bed of needles to find their way out. But it's not really needles. They just need to do it.
And to get out, they have to walk through a door, huh?
Yeah.
don't
I
know.
believe. I
I
believe.
think there's just. I think life is too short to
Dwell.
associate yourselves with someone who just chooses to stay in the bad place that they know that they're in a bad place to begin with. That's just my opinion. Don't, not every.
I
these
know
guys
where
aren't-
I know where it comes from. I know not to. I agree. I just think it's in here, and some people don't have the same resources in there to be able to think that way for themselves.
And it's also because of, like, I guess, selfish reason too. Like, I don't want to be influenced by that kind of person.
That's
You
true.
know, I don't want to turn into to any shape or form of that.
Yeah.
So they're gone.
Yeah.
I mean, that could be harsh, but
Distance.
it's better for me. Like, if I've tried so many times and nothing's changing, then, like you said, it might be somebody else that could do it. It's just not me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. So,
You just
maybe
hope
next
that
life.
next person comes, or that whatever it is comes for that person at some point.
Yeah.
FJ, you got it, man. I believe in you. And your friend, I believe in them too.
It's a very generic and insensitive statement.
If you're watching right now, if you're watching right now, I believe in you. You are going to be the best version of you after this. You will look at yourself in the mirror and tell yourself, you know what? I can be better. I'm going to push myself. This might be a rut right now, but all it takes is one step. Just one fucking step. Just do it. Just one step. You got this.
Hey, pass.
Uh,
All right.
And
And
Scene.
bye-bye.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for tuning in. That's another week of BrackCast. Next
See you
week we
next
will figure out what to
week
talk
when we're-
about. We don't know yet.
when-
We don't know yet.
When all of us have injured legs.
Wow.
We'll be
That's the
fine. We'll
plan.
be fine. We'll be fine.
And we're trying to rebrand or
Yeah.
rebrack.
Oh god. Just turn it off. Turn it.
Easy.
Just turn it off.
We'll be Brack next week. Thanks for tuning in.
Oh man.
Oh, he's gone. All right. Thanks, guys.